Elder Scrolls is absolutely hilarious. As I was looking over my mountain of Steam library options, I noticed Elder Scrolls Online. I'd picked this up on sale for like $30 a while ago, and I got the entire game, but never really touched it. I recently have vowed to give other games a shot, and since I primarily do MMORPGs on this channel, I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and give this the old college try. This game had me rolling, unintentionally, I believe, but damn, it had me laughing. This is the Elder Scrolls Online Hysterical New Player Experience. So I boot up the game to see an opening cinematic talk about impending darkness, doom, and death, you know, the typical MMO opening. We see this montage of these group events and areas, but on the surface, this game does look pretty robust. It looks like there's a lot to do. It fades out with a tower in the distance. Now comes the most important part of any MMORPG journey, and that is character and class creation. Now, I am greeted with a total of 3 alliances and 10 races, which honestly is a crap load of options. A little bit overwhelming, if I'm to be honest. Looking over them, you see mostly your standard human folk, you get some elves, lizard people, you know what to expect. And then I find the Nord, which is always my go-to. Hilariously large, angry Northman to personify my less than 6 foot personality. Initially, looking at all the options that are available, the character split is pretty in-depth, depending on how customized you want to get. Now, of course, the graphics are a bit dated if we compare it to more modern MMORPGs, but it's not terrible, not by any regards. So there is one thing I must do with my character. This is a running joke and will forever be on this channel. I also choose the Dragon Knight because it seems pretty on pace with what I would like to be. That or the Templar, but I've already done that one before. Yep, we are ready to go. We finally get into the game and I'm able to walk and look around. UI seems fairly minimalistic, which I have to make a huge point to say that is my favorite thing about games. Let's be serious. I just want to be able to see what I need to see and nothing I don't. We talked to Noronwe, but I read her name as Noronwe, and she looks elfish, I guess. But immediately, one high bit of quality to note is that she is completely voice acted. And I would go to find that every single character that I talk to, even the side characters that are just passing by, all have voice lines, and they're all voice acted. I may be a bit jaded from the A Realm Reborn Final Fantasy experience, where we're only just now getting to fully voice acted cutscenes after their first expansion, but this right out the gate for Elder Scrolls is a seriously good touch of immersion. She gives us the rundown and we need to go to the Key Rights Gallery to fight some evil creature, but she needs to know that we can fight. Because we are a Nord, of course, we have to pick up the 2-handed giant axe for big swinging attacks. She animates the armor and basically taunts me the whole time. She's trash talking in the background, but the combat legit really isn't that complex to start. I don't have any skills, and I simply attack with my mouse button, guard with the other, and hold the mouse for a heavy attack. Not gonna lie, this got some like Elden Ring vibes, but this game came first, so I don't know where that sits. Well, we do a few different things going back and forth, and we get our first level. I had 3 stats to be able to put it into: Magicka, Stamina, and Health. If I look at it superficially, Health is what it is. Stamina is more your physical capabilities, and Magic is your magic capabilities. That's actually insanely simple. Not a whole lot of room for choice though, right? She shows us the door and we are now on our way through these ruins. And I press the sprint button and oh my god, look at how this guy runs. Like, why is he so damn aggressive? My boy over there running like every single anime character. Well, we fight some guardian golems, and Noronwe backs us up. But the biggest thing that I'm getting used to is the targeting rect. The targeting reticle in this game is a bit odd for me because I come from a number of tab targeting MMOs, and it is an adjustment. Not terrible, but an adjustment. Well, I find that I can literally also snatch any items off the shelves or tablets or anything that's around here. Like, I thought that these were just props until I moused over them, and it's like, nope, you can just grab them right off the mannequins and armor up. Holy crap, that's actually really, really cool. I mean, after getting fully armored, I go and attack some of these monsters, and it's like nothing, they tickle. This has also cursed me to look into every single urn to find items so I can be the loot goblin that I should be. Well, I get to the Key Rights Gallery only to find out that we don't have the crystal to power the door. Well, poop. Wee tells us that we can go get another sky crystal, but it's in another castle. And it's also guarded by a fearsome enemy called a gargoyle. Like, lady, I'm completely head to toe in steel armor at like level 3. I dare someone to throw hands with me. We get in there and this gargoyle is a pushover, but what's interesting is that you can apparently dodge roll back and forth if you double press the buttons, the movement buttons, in quick succession. I couldn't figure this out, but man, I do love me a dodge roll. Well, we slurp up the power crystal and we go to the gate, and inside the gate is an evil 4-armed serpent Medusa lady. And basically, I just whack her until her HP is gone. Really nothing special here. I know that this is a tutorial boss, but I am hacking like a drunk woodsman in a twig forest. We kill her and then get the level up ability, and I have quite a few choices, everything from actual armor to weapons to actual class skills. I get the fiery spike ability, which causes fire spikes to shoot out my back. Pretty cool, not gonna lie. I'm thinking I'm gonna be more melee oriented, so health and stamina are probably gonna be my go-to stats. And that's something that I'll have to focus on as I'm going through. We work our way to the bottom of the tower and she's explaining what has happened, and now all these timelines are messed up. And it appears right out the gate that we can choose which timeline that we want to go through, and this is actually awesome. They all seem to have their unique areas and backgrounds and storylines, so I am all on board for this. I choose Elsweyr. Why? Because there's dragons elsewhere. No, literally I was there 4 minutes and died to a dragon, but what was hilarious is that I was put into the death scene before my character actually even realized that he was dead. He was still animating and it's like, oh, I got sent to the Shadow Realm. Our first quest that I was able to find was to help Namarako, who feels terrible that her teacher is making her practice alchemy on small animals and in the process killing them. Well, she has heard that there was a person who was able to bring back to life their pet and asks us to go and find their notes. But the dialogue options lets us know that it is immediately frowned upon because necromancy is a bad thing. And our character calls it out and is like, yo, Chief, are you sure this is it? Anyway, I need EXP, so who cares? So in this abode of ignominy, which I probably said wrong, I need to find research notes and memory stones, of course. And I'm sure there's bad guys here. I pray there are bad guys here. So, of course, with us being in the House of Dead and everything, everyone here is a walking corpse, and we need to get through all of them. Legit, I'm slicing through these like they're just confetti, like just slashing them and dashing them. But then I realized that I can actually just simply run past them. Like, doesn't matter though. I'm glad these working stiffs are here because daddy needs EXP. I take this time to really understand the minimap, which is actually a huge help, and I didn't realize it until now. And then I started applying my abilities actually in the appropriate way. I thought Stonefist was just like a brief little small AoE. Apparently, I can throw projectiles and chunk the hell out of enemies at a long distance, mainly these sorcerers and these archers. As we progress, we see memories of the sorcerer's notes, and he basically brought his pet cat to life. The pet cat killed a guy, and then he felt bad, so he brought that dead guy back to life, who then in turn the dead guy killed the sorcerer. Basically, don't mess with life and death kind of thing. We get back outside and tell this lady that it's a terrible idea and don't do it, and she's like, hee, I'll figure it out. Anyway, not my problem. I explore north and find Riverhold, as well as this massive housing structure called Jode's Embrace, which is really, really intense, but very well done. Doesn't appear anyone lives here, but it does look like that you can purchase this particular place when it's on sale, with all of my 150 gold that I have. It's pretty massive, and also it seems like there's like surrounding effects, like there's this dragon that comes out and stares at me there for a while and then flies away. Well, anyway, I explore east a little bit more and I find Swordmaster Vizardru, I don't know. And I do my best to fight here, but she traps me in some like weird, like entangling thorns, and then she just smacks the hell out of me. This is probably a group boss, but this is how I learn. This is my learning process. I have to die to stupid things. I res and run away like the punk that I am, and then I head over to Riverhold to see if I can find a quest or something. And it leads me to Abnu Tharn, which is a sorcerer, but I have no idea what his name was. I don't know. And he needs help with Rage of Dragons. Not a school, not a herd, but a Rage of Dragons. Go and check out some of these portal disturbances that have apparently left huge energy signatures, only to find out that an outsider with a pot on his head has been causing it, and his name is Sir Caldwell. Not gonna lie, he's just a corpse. But his voice acting is on point. It's really, really well done. We report back to Abnu to see a massive dragon attacking him as we are approaching. This is pretty huge. This is picking up pretty quickly. I believe I have a taste enough of this game that I can make an assessment. So Elder Scrolls Online has quite a bit to offer in the way of a new player. Now, I won't say that this was incredibly remarkable. It's not like I need to drop everything to continue playing it. More along the lines of, I am interested enough that I would play more and see where it can go. The voice acting in my mind is top notch. Right out the gate, voice acting adds a huge level of immersion that I have thoroughly loved. The combat does seem to be picking up pace, and it seems like there is more of a focus of what I need to do while I am in combat compared to other MMOs where I could simply tab target and button spam. Here I actually have to aim with every ability, and that's actually not a bad thing, as an extra layer of focus to be required. And of course, it must be said that the classes and race combinations are immense, but I really like that the races are tied to specific factions, but it doesn't seem like the factions really interact with each other, at least this early on. The ability to choose where your quest starts or what zone you're leveling in or where you begin is huge. I love player freedom. It is very, very important to me, and this is like a peak experience for that regard. Also, it seems like everyone else is kind of scaled to your specific level, similar to what you would see in Guild Wars 2. They might be over-leveled for this area, but they are scaled to be compatible with this group. While the story is, of course, a part of it, it has been a back burner kind of thing, in my opinion. I haven't really noticed like what I should be doing outside of the tutorial. I figured out where to get the quests, but perhaps not really how to find them on the map, or do I just need to explore? There is some things that could be left for question for that. But all in all, I am intrigued enough into this game to load into and see what trouble I can get into. And also, it must be said that there is no subscription to play for it. It did seem like there is some things on the cash shop that you can offer a bit more convenience, but all in all, you paid for the game, you can play it. So, not bad. I would give this new player experience probably a solid 7 out of 10. I recently have been playing Final Fantasy XIV, and that story is epic, as you can imagine. You can actually see the whole journey playlist here. Otherwise, stay caffeinated, folks.